getting a bit panicky for a second. I was like, I can't do this solo. Lovely. Right. We might as well go live, hadn't we, old sir? Right, let's start the vertical live stream as well. We've got multiple live streams running tonight, son. So, Tiggs, how are we doing?
Not too shabby. And yourself?
I am alright, and I think it's appropriate to mention that you are making a special effort to be here this evening with us.
Well, you know, gotta love the fans.
Indeed, I've just not. Dolly said we could hear you under the music. Did Panda forget to mute the mics again? That sounds like a Panda thing to do. But hey, look, at least this time the recording's going on. But yes, we must mention that it is Tig's birthday. Yeah! Happy birthday to Tig. Happy birthday to Tig.
All right.
Oh, well, you know, I had to tea. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Right. First things first. Let's pull should we get the intro over and done with? Yep. Tiggs just suddenly realised it was his birthday and went, yeah, do you know what? In actual fact, no, fuck this. I have no interest in being here. Help! We've lost Tig. Tig, help! Panda can't do a whole show on his own. Well, I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Oh, hang on. Hang on. We got rumblings. Please stand by for technical difficulties. Right. I think you're back.
Right, I'm going to not move or touch anything.
Just imagine you just like hovering on the side of your chair, like Smeagol holding the ring. Like, I think it's working now.
I'm doing what ladies do in public toilets.
Yeah,
I'm hovering.
just hovering. Right.
Don't touch the seat.
Oh, okay. So let's do the intro and get going before Panda falls asleep, because he had quite a lot of Indian and he's about half a bottle of wine down. It is a Friday night after all, so
it is.
Okay.
You sound like this could be a snoozy one. Is this going to be a snoozy one?
I mean, it might be. I mean, we
Can
could
we
do
just
with
have
a bit.
chat?
Yeah, we could do
Let's
with a
just
bit
have a
more of a
chat.
chilled
Yeah.
vibe after last week's one. But if I don't do the intro, I'm going to get in trouble.
Well, hurry up then and do it.
All right, okay, I'll do it, because I'll tell you why I'll get in trouble first. My editor was literally berating me and sort of almost got close to physically attacking me because she said she didn't have an intro until I found the intro in the recording for her, to which she suddenly went very, very quiet and just turned around in her chair and went straight back to work and didn't say anything more. I didn't push the subject. I wanted to point and laugh and say, I can do your job better than you, but I didn't, and now I'm realising that
it's not
she's
worth your
gonna
life. Just get on with it.
Yeah, and I've just realised she's gonna hear this.
Exactly. So you made yourself a bit of a fool there, haven't you?
Yes, I am now in immense amounts of trouble. Oh dear. Okay. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Hetero Life Mates, where we unravel current affairs with a twist. I am Imperial Panda, joined today as always by my co-host Tiggs. We explore everything from everyday issues to the wild world of conspiracy theories. Buckle up for a ride where reality meets the unexpected. So, Tiggs. I know, I am getting good at that now. I'm not saying wild wide and all these other various things. I know.
It was very close, that one, though. Very close.
That one. It's that last section. It's that last section that gets me almost every time. Dolly put wild applause in the chat. Thank you. So, yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We We should mention for the other people who weren't live, it is Tig's birthday. We've already sung him happy birthday, and I think if I do it again, he might shout at me. Because you're a bit like me. You don't really like much of a fuss on your birthday. Have you had a nice birthday though?
It's been lovely. It really has. I took the day off from work, and Excellent. I've been chilling, playing a few games, and yeah, it's been really nice.
Fantastic. That's all you want on your birthday, really, and it is just
to be left alone.
Yeah, when you get to our age, you don't want fusty. You don't want to be out all night. You just yeah, you want to snooze. Like, to summarise, we're both over the age of 30, unfortunately, and
yeah,
just a smidge. And I saw a TikTok earlier, and it was a joke about the person was like doing crazy erratic dance moves, but it was the sort of the tagline of it was when you're over 30 and the doctor asks where it hurts.
Here, and there, and there, yeah.
The thing I love is kind of how you sounded a little bit like a Dalek then. You're like, here, and here. Buddy.
I'm at the stage of life where if I get up off the sofa, I make a noise. If I come down the stairs, I make a noise. I get out of bed, I make a noise.
Yeah,
getting off the toilet, I make a noise. It's just that point of life now.
Yeah, I think the defining moment, particularly for a man when they realise that they're getting older, is when you do the whole hand on leg when you bend over and as you pick something up off the floor.
That's it.
That's when you know you're getting old. When
groan on the way down.
Yeah. And it's not that it hurts on the way down. It's in anticipation for the pain on the way back up.
This is going to be shit.
Yeah. The times I've lingered hovering over whatever it is I'm picking up, thinking, I'm all right. I'll just stop here.
Yeah. That's it. Oh. Hey, love, bring me dinner here. Just slide it under my face.
Just chuck a blanket on me. Exactly, you know.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Yeah, getting older sucks, but, you know. It's
inevitable.
Yeah.
In the words of the great Thanos.
Yeah, exactly. It is unavoidable and we must just accept it. But I think that is one of the reasons why older people end up drinking more. It's a self-medication thing, you know.
100%.
It's, you know, by this time on a Friday night, as I say, after you're a few drinks in, you start to go, oh, hang on a minute. My back stopped hurting about 30 minutes ago. This is nice.
Hey, missus. Get your glad rags on, we're going dancing.
Yeah, until you bend down to tie your shoes and you go, actually.
Fuck it, take them off.
Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
We ain't going nowhere, Kel.
I've just realised the back pain suddenly reappeared. No.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah, sorry, put your pyjamas back on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
You know, we are. When we ever plan on having a night together, and I'm always so excited for it, obviously, spending time with you and your lovely missus. But I know that it's going to be a bit of a messy one.
You're regretting the day after before it's even happened.
Exactly. Yeah. Although the anticipation of, this is going to be such a good night, we're going to have a good drink, we're going to have a good laugh, but exactly, it's always, but I know what's going to happen in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
My head, I can't, please, no. Exactly, this is the week before.
It's weird. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Because when you're younger, you know, when you're younger and you go out with drinking with older people like your dad or your uncles or whatever, they're like, oh, you'll regret that tomorrow. And then you're like, oh, fuck off. I'll be all right. And then you're not. You're fine the next day, and you'll do it again on Saturday night. Yeah. And then if you're feeling that frisky, you'll go out on a Sunday night.
The Sunday before work, and somehow...
Before work, and you'll wake up and you'll be on the go. And then
Yeah.
it sort of transpires as you get older, sort of late into your sort of late 20s. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't think I can, like, I'm really starting to feel this now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I'd say it was probably about my sort of, 26, 27 was when hangovers started to hit me. You know?
Well, they just linger, don't they? They
Yeah.
linger. And that's the problem. Like, I can handle a hangover, but it's just I can't handle a hangover for the whole day. I can't do a 24-hour hangover because that gets boring. And I just like, fuck off now. I don't want this anymore.
No, exactly. And as you know, when you have a really messy one where you're having a real good time, the 3-day hangover.
God's sake. Oh, yeah.
First day, if somebody offered to put a 12-bore shotgun in your mouth and pull the trigger, you'd say, please.
Yes, please.
The second day,
I'll load it for you.
Yeah, exactly. The second day is no amount of morphine will make the headache go. Third day, I think I might just about survive, but I still feel like shit. It's not till day 4 you think, fuck.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, though, we do learn from our lessons, because I think about the last 3-day hangover I had, it was probably about a year before I had that messier night again. And
the thing is, though, it all depends on the company, doesn't it? Because if you're in good company and the drink is just flowing, like you're not even questioning it. It's like 1 minute you've got an empty drink, the next second it's full again, and you're just going like you're not contemplating anything, you're not thinking of anything, and every time you lift a drink, it's still there. They're the great nights, and you'll always remember them.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like you said, you'll always remember the hangover more because it was so long.
Yeah. You think, oh, I had such a good night last night, but fuck, I'm not sure it was worth it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll just catch up with chat. Hello, Golden Gamer. Yes. Oh, we won't see you for... Oh, that's a shame. Oh, it sounded really sarcastic, didn't it? We won't see you for a week. Oh, never mind.
To be fair, that was a bit...
Yeah, I didn't mean it like
that. Whatever.
Oh, well, never mind. No, I didn't mean it. We will miss you, obviously. Tolly, back pain is the worst. How's the feeling of getting a hangover? I didn't even reach the tip of it. Well, on fucking young'uns, back pain's the worst.
Who's
and
this?
then Tolly. Hey, if you're not getting hangovers, Tolly, then I'm incredibly jealous. Because...
just shut your face, you young person.
How dare you?
Shut up.
As you know, Tig, and this is the one thing that's really frustrating about being the other side of 30, is waking up with a hangover when you haven't drunk anything. I
don't even want to talk about that.
Oh, it's infuriating, isn't it? And it still baffles me. I think
because we're old, Panda.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
That's just old. That's a old over.
Yeah, old over.
That's all it is. It's an old over. It's just part of. Well, I say that actually. I know people my age who I've grown up with.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. Return to us. Oh, we're going very Dalek. Oh, wait, hang on. He's back.
Am I back?
He's back. I almost went Dalek again. I was like, we are having technical difficulties.
I heard that bit, and then I just suddenly cut off.
Okay, no, you're back. You're all good. Continue.
I was essentially saying it depends on your career path as well. For me, I've had a very physically demanding working life since I was about 14. So my joints are, well, they're just non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, I feel your pain, as you know me with my back wondering. I'm making up words this evening. Yeah. And that was, I mean, to be fair, it was both kind of disappointing and a relief at the same time. For those of you who don't know, very, very brief rundown. They thought I had arthritis in my back, and in the end, the doctor just turned around after they'd done all sorts of MRIs and all sorts and went, We've had another look, and it's just mechanical damage. I'm sorry, you're just broken. I was like, oh, like, oh, least if it's arthritis, it's not, it's from your previous job. Oh, great.
Not throwing a topic in, because I know we're going to try and keep it a bit general tonight, but throwing a topic in. I was doom scrolling earlier. Very badly. I had to pull myself out of it at one point, but I watched this one clip of a young lad. Remember Brickies used to have the I can't remember what they called it, but it's basically a where you stack the bricks and then you carry it over your shoulder.
Oh yeah, they had like those kind of like stick with a half a cube on.
That's it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you hump it up the ladder to the layers, and they would do it. And I got reading in the chat, and it made a very good point actually, because a lot of this young lad is very modern, but his dad's a bricklayer and he's an apprentice, so he's basically doing all the donkey work.
Yeah.
And it made a very good point of like, we probably won't, like, this kind of stuff is dying out.
Yeah.
But there's not many people, or I'm gonna say this, young lads going into the trades as much as they were.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, like, that's quite sad.
I mean, no. There is a thing. You can hear Panda is super articulate this evening. There's been discussion, hasn't there?
You sounded like a common one tonight.
I'm bringing myself down to your level. No. I feel like I'm owed this. I've had my coffee insulted in recent weeks. I've even had my missus has even started on about the posh thing, and she fucking knows the truth.
But anyway, you're posh. She's waiting for the inheritance money to come through, mate. That's all she's in for.
Yeah.
You sell them 20 acres, you're millionaires.
I fucking wish. Sat here this evening, and I'm counting pennies and stuff, and I'm like, well, hang on a minute, because obviously you know about our garden plans, and I'm like, I think I can put enough pennies together here to have a pond as well. And, as sad as I am, and you probably know this, Tiggs.
Basically, listeners, all he's talking about is having to withdraw money from his kids' funds account because he doesn't want to take from his own.
Fuck you. Oh, yeah. God, I wish I had trust funds. I really do. But yeah, no, I don't know if you do this thing. I looked over at my missus and I sort of like, sat there playing with my fingers, and I looked over and was like, can I have a pond? She's like,
you can get a pond.
Yeah, all right, you can have a pond. And I'm like sitting there like happy little child.
No, don't get a pond. What are you doing to yourself?
Why can't I have a pond?
No, you can have a pond. It's not up to me if you can have a pond. But I'm saying don't get a pond.
Why not? What's wrong with ponds?
Oh, it's maintenance, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't mind that.
Oh, shut your face.
I used to work in an aquatic shop, didn't I, Tig? I like fish. I'm all good.
I'm not saying, yeah, but it's just more work, isn't it?
Yeah, but I quite enjoy that sort of thing at the weekend.
Well,
helps calm the mind, doesn't it?
Plus your new investment that's coming along very shortly.
I will admit, the hiring of the dredge boats to clear out the moats in the lake, it is going to be an expense. But
when you say pond, you're talking about a full-on carping lake.
Oh, well, obviously, yes. We're flying in the finest catfish, obviously.
And down at the southeast end of the landscape.
Yes, you'll only be able to see it from the northern wing of the house, unfortunately. We couldn't quite bring it in line with the front. I don't even know. What do posh people call the front of their property? Probably just the front of the property, probably.
The county?
But yeah, don't they have, like they have these stupid words, Panda's not in any condition this evening. No, I just want to clarify something. I'm not drunk, just tired. Brain no function. To me. Yeah. If I start slurring my words, and we may have to abandon and quickly stop before Panda says something very stupid. No, I'm joking. I'm nowhere near drunk. I am just tired. Like when you want your brain to work, but it's just fighting you with everything it's got.
A little bit. You're not as cohesive as you normally are.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Right, that's it. going back to the pond.
Shut it down.
I feel like my father and mother get to manage his money. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it works in my house. My wife tells me, yes, you can have it, or no, you can't. And for some stupid reason, I go, do you know what? This is really ridiculous. I asked to buy things with my own money.
Yeah, that's the rules, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
she's like,
them's the rules.
Yeah, I'm like, can I buy so and so, whatever it is, you know? And she'll go, oh, don't know. And I go, I'll pay for it. And she goes, what the fuck are you asking me for then? I'm like,
just out of interest, what pond is this going to be? Just a normal goldfish pond?
Little one, yeah.
Just a little goldfish pond?
Just a small pond, yeah.
Why don't you just get a fish tank in the house?
I'm getting one of them as well.
Oh, okay. You're going all out. See?
Yeah. Going fishies. Yeah, just going fish mad.
And by the way, listeners, when I talk about goldfish tank, I'm talking about a full-blown aquarium.
Yeah, it's gonna...
You could visit Panda's house for a day out if you wanted
to. Visit the menagerie.
Exactly.
I should charge, shouldn't I? Just £5 a ticket.
No, you shouldn't charge with the amount of money you've got.
Okay, well, I guess that's going to lead us further on, but anyway. Do you have anything that you wanted to talk about this evening, Tig? Because I do have a little story which I thought was quite funny.
Okay, well, there's lots, like I said, I was doom scrolling earlier, and there's lots of things I want to talk about, but considering we're going to take it like a nice, easy, light one, I won't bring it all up because it's quite heavy. Yeah, it is quite heavy, and it's been on my mind all day actually because it's. But anyway, we'll bring that up on the next one.
All right.
Or maybe at the end of the video, I'll drop a few suggestions and people can pick. But we'll go with your story for now.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We can put it to a poll, can't we? So
yeah.
Hang on, let's just catch up with what Panda Sea Life Centre, indeed. And then Dolly said, though, for my family is essential because my father is an alcoholic, smoker and gambler. Though that's in the past and he's getting better. Well, I'm glad he's getting better.
That's good.
I sympathise with the smoking. I used to, and so did Tig. So I do respect how hard that is. Alcoholic, I can't throw any stones there. I'm trying to sort of find a way to articulate that I maybe am not one, but no. In all seriousness, if your dad did have a real issue, then good for him for kicking it because it is not an easy thing to do. But that's quite a common situation where I think it's not right words.
While you're trying to think of the right words,
yeah.
I saw something actually, and it was a Mike Tyson video.
Mm.
And again, it was in the comments, but someone made a brilliant point. Mike Tyson, you know, the brilliant boxer.
Yeah.
And when he left boxing, they realised that he was an addict.
Yeah.
Or had an addictive personality, and his addictive personality was getting into the ring and basically hurting people.
Yeah.
Essentially, or training to do so. And then this video of him, he was essentially crying because he had lost that part of himself, but that part of himself was still inside him. So he had to sort of almost subsidize that personality trait with another addiction.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
But he actually became quite philosophical. He sort of learned to humble himself and whatnot. But this one video was quite scary because he said, like, if that person ever was to come back, then hell is coming with him.
Yeah.
Because he's had to suppress that sort of addiction.
Yeah.
But then as I was alluded to in the comments, someone was saying that the addiction, an addictive personality is never gone. You sort of can't get away from that addictiveness. So this person was saying that they used to, like Hetero mentioned, drink and smoke a lot.
Yeah.
And they suppress that, but then they sort of got addicted to coffee and tea, and they were having abnormal amounts of coffee and tea because it was, I guess it's that repetition of doing something the same way and
We have technical difficulties. Tig, come back. Oh, he's back. Hang on. Wait.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Is it this shitty microphone somebody bought you for your birthday?
I think it's a connection.
Dodgy connection.
I'm going to try and set it up. And is that any better?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, is that better, is it?
Yeah, we can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, so essentially, sorry about the technical difficulties there, peeps.
It's all
But yeah,
right.
you subsidise your
they're used to it. It's fine.
Doing something else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I was going to say as well, I think a podcast on addiction would be a good subject at some point because, of course, we both have our own life experiences with it, both personally and people we know. So I think that would definitely be a good one to cover. And to cut back to what I was saying to you, basically what you've said is not uncommon and I would say quite normal back in the day in the sense of wife would have to be careful with her husband on a Friday. I mean, we all know the stories, Tiggers, as I'm sure you can think of people in your head now, as I can, that he used to get home, he used to get his pay packet from work on a Friday, stumble through the door at midnight Friday night, and he's just spunked his pay packet down the pub.
Yes.
And, gambled it away with his mates, drunk it away, and then she's left with, 20 quid to last her till next payday. So,
the arguments, the rows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We've all known those stories. We've all known those people. So, no, I'm glad your dad's doing a lot better, Dolly. That's good. But yeah, you're not alone. Trust me. We've all known people. Thankfully, I've never been there in terms of spanking money down the pub. But yeah, anyway, I think we should leave that one for a podcast because I think me and you could say an awful lot on the subject.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
I agree on that one. Yeah.
So, okay, let me whip up my notes here very quickly because it was a good one. At least I thought, I mean, you guys might go, but I thought it was quite good. So the story I picked today was from NBC News, and it was a Texas man has managed to board a Delta flight using a photo of another passenger's ticket. Right? And
I saw that.
Yeah, did you see it right? So, and you know what immediately came to my mind? Mr. Bean. I immediately saw a Mr. Bean sketch in my head. And I know Baymax will understand this. I don't know whether Tolly or anybody else in the chat will get it. I mean, I'm getting lots of laughy face from Tolly, so maybe. But Mr. Bean was a character in the UK. I think he went international. I'm not entirely sure. But he was basically... They think he was an alien, don't they? But the long and short was he didn't talk. He wasn't the brightest penny.
The beginning of the show, it came to, he sort of appeared in a big spotlight, didn't he? Just in the middle of the street.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of like a beam of light, possibly spaceship. Yeah.
Possibly.
And yeah, so he basically just gets himself into many silly situations, but he somehow always kind of gets out of them in comical ways and stuff like that. So as soon as I saw this, I immediately thought of Mr. Bean. You could imagine him sort of leaning over the shoulder of someone in the airport, taking a picture of the ticket. Yeah. But then I also thought to myself, how on earth did he manage to get onto the plane with a picture of the ticket?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they didn't go into enormous detail, obviously, about the quality of the image, how he'd come about the image. But surely whoever was checking the tickets, surely they must have looked and thought...
They just scan it now, don't they? A lot of it's just
maybe you're
scanning.
right. Yeah, maybe you're right.
They don't really take note of anything. As long as it beeps correctly, you can go on anything.
Tolly does know who Mr. Bean is. Exactly. Teddy! Maybe you're right, Tig. I hadn't really kind of thought about that. The kind of mindless zombie-esque kind of, you've already made it through security, so it's not up to me. Oh, yeah, it's gone bleep. Thank you very much, sir. Off you trot.
That's it.
In you go. And I mean, actually, the only reason that from what I can tell, I think he was pissed off at the fact that he had legitimately bought a ticket for this flight, but it had been oversold. So when he went to check in to board, they went, "Oh, sorry, no, you haven't got a seat because we've oversold the flight," which apparently is quite a common occurrence in the States. So I understand his frustration.
How can it's like getting on a bus, though, isn't it? If there's not enough seats, the driver's just going to keep driving past.
Yeah,
you know, even a fucking bus driver knows if he's got a full bus. Yeah. How do the airlines not know that they've got a full plane to stop selling tickets? It just seems like a money-making
That's the
thing to
point. Exactly, they do, don't they? They knew they'd oversold that flight, but I guess the point is they just don't care. But so the only reason he was caught was because, like, naturally, I mean, he took it. It was a picture of a kid's ticket as well. So again, don't know how.
Sat in 4C. Excuse me, child. You ordered the child's meal.
Yeah, well, it's exactly. Basically, I'm assuming the family boarded the flight and they went, "Oh, your son's already on the plane," and they went, "Oh, he's fucking nice. He stood next to me."
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously they went and checked the plane, and there's this geezer just sat there with a very fucking smug look on his face. You know, I thought it was oversold. You know.
They let me on the plane. I'm staying here.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking rip me out this seat. To which at that point,
I see a lot of these Americans TikToks where people are on the planes, and a lot of them seem a bit fraudulent, where they're faked and whatnot. But
yeah.
Where they people get upset because they ask someone to move and that person won't move because they didn't book theirs, like the row of seats.
Yeah.
So the family can't sit together. Now, where do you stand on that? Because if I'm a single flyer and I've booked an aisle seat because, you know, I'm quite a tall person.
Yeah.
And they want to swap me with a window seat or a middle seat, I'm like, fuck off. No. You get your shit prioritised like I had to get mine prioritised to get this fucking extra legroom, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think
it's a bit, I don't know, like the self-entitlement bit comes into that. Like, people will just swap with us because we're a family kind of thing. And I get it. If you've got a young child, cool. But really?
Exactly what I was exactly as you just said. I was going to say, I think it all boils down to, particularly in today's society, it is self-entitlement of, well, you know, like, particularly these days, it does feel an awful lot like people don't really think about anybody else anymore. It's all me, and exactly that. But, like, we're both parents, Tig, and you know what it's like traveling. It is always, particularly with smaller children, it is hassle.
A ball ache.
Yeah, there is no other way of putting it. And I know we see these super parents on TikTok and YouTube, and, you know, the kids are eating carrot sticks and everything's flowing smoothly.
Fuck off.
Exactly. Bullshit. What you don't see is the off-camera stuff where she's screaming at them and the kids are punching each other and throwing iPads to the back of the plane. Right. It is a fucking nightmare. And either that or we're bad parents, Tig, which either way. But the point is that you know that you're going to come up against these issues of, oh, great, fine, fuck, you've got to go and sit at the back there with Shaniqua. I'll take Terrence. And I'll sit at the other end because that's the way the tickets have gone. We'll just for reference, neither me nor Tig have a child named Shaniqua. I'm just throwing names out there. you just deal with it, don't
Terrence. You? Can we say there's no Terrence in there?
Or Terrence, either. There's no Terrences either. It was just, it would be quite the mix, wouldn't it, though? Like, you're introducing your family. Hi, my name's Michael. This is Holly. This is our son Terrence and our daughter Shaniqua. You know? Okay. Is there black ancestry in the family? No, we just like the name, you know.
This is the thing. It's like, get your shit together. All right? Yeah. Everyone's doing the same thing. We're all getting on a plane and we're all going to the same destination. If you want to fucking all sit together, book your shit. not book your shit and then decide that everyone's going to give up their shit for your shit because that's just bullshit.
Exactly. There's
You
just
know what I
too
mean?
much shit. Yeah, well,
Too much shit.
that's the thing, innit? If you need to be on a particular flight or you want that particular flight and there is no other seats and those are the only ones you can get, you just have to suck it up and, you know. But that's like you said. I think it's the self-entitlement one, isn't it? It's well, we'll book this, and then of course somebody will switch with us. Well, yeah, like you said. I mean, as you know, I'm also a tall person, so if I have managed to secure a seat that gives me the ability to not die of fucking cramp.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire. No, I'm not moving.
Or deep vein thrombosis.
Yeah. That's. I don't think I could have even attempt to say deep. No, don't do it. You're gonna make yourself sound silly. Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's not being an asshole. It's like, no, look, trust me, I feel for you. I can see you want to sit as a family, and if it was a short half an hour hop from Glasgow to Manchester, yeah, sure.
So, no problem.
We're on an 8-hour flight.
Exactly. I'm going 10 hours over to Mexico, love. This shit ain't happening.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here in my comfortable seat because you didn't get your fucking shit squared away. That's your problem, not mine.
Should have flown next week. Anyway. So, yeah, anyway, that was my story. It just made me giggle because, like I said, as soon as I saw it, I thought of Mr. Bean and I just thought, yeah, that's the, you know, like, ugh. Crazy. Like I couldn't even kind of work out how he got on the plane, but I think your theory of, you know, just mindless scanning and hearing the correct beep and off you go, sir, have a nice flight.
It's technology.
I think
again, this is a thing, like, and we have got so much content, it's unreal, because technology, we could delve into that. It's a great thing, but it's so damning. At the same time.
There is. All right, hang on. I have a nice little note. So let me just. Where am I? Right, list here. Let's make a list. Lovely. So the editorial, she can just edit this out. Are you listening, woman? Do your job. Edit this bit out. Oh, I'm gonna fucking pay for that. Okay, yeah. So we've got
I'm not
addiction.
Coming for a chat after the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you suffer in silence.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for that one. Okay, so we got. If anybody hasn't quite worked out at this point in time, our editor is my wife. So we've got addiction. We've got technology / AI. Yeah, that's about it so far, isn't it? I will add them to the notes.
I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more ping up anyway. But yeah, so I've added them to me little list. So see, I'm more organised these days, Tig. I'm yeah.
It's working.
I'm getting there. We're getting there.
It does seem to be coming together a little bit.
I'll say, my wife, she said while she was editing up, she said as the weeks are going on, she said it's actually becoming easier to edit because you're both getting into a flow. And I think we're getting in we're simpatico, Tig. We're both realising when's the right time to talk.
I think is the word, isn't it? One can't live without the other, or the other lives in
symbiosis.
Harmony with
yeah,
the other. Symbiosis.
Yeah. I've said simpatico is a
I think that's a made-up word.
No, it's not. No, right. We got to Google this shit. It's not. I swear, it's not. Let me open a new window so I don't lose chat. How do I? Can I? Oh,
yes. Your question earlier. I will get a.
Simpatico equals nice guy. Thank you, Hetero for the win. Okay, so it's a word, but it's not in the context
of what we wanted.
Yeah,
see?
Panda made himself look stupid. Yeah. Okay, so simpatico equals nice guy. You're yes, you
Can
were
we get
right,
confirmation from Hetero that my word
symbiosis? Yeah, no, yes, you're right. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
In symbiosis, yeah, we kind of need each other, really. Is basically what symbiosis means, isn't it? But anyway, yeah. So we're getting better.
We are getting better, and it works. It just works.
It is. It's brilliant.
Again, this was always an insight into our chats that we have on a regular basis. So it was always going to work. It just seems to flow better now.
It's going brilliantly. So
am I still getting paid at the end of this, boss?
Well, you promised you weren't going to
Oh, I
We're gonna
wasn't
bring that
supposed to bring it up.
No,
I'm
we
sorry.
weren't. So we'll discuss this. Synchronized, maybe a word. Yes, no, you're right. Yeah, we're synchronized. Yes, maybe that's the right. See, Hatoli's here. Hatoli's our director.
Holly is smashing it, to be fair.
Synchronized, exactly. We're synchronized, Tig.
We
That's
might have
the
to
right
make.
one.
We might have to bring Hatoli in at some point and have a chat because.
So, in other words, we're gonna have a room full of people staring at us.
On like the
moaning.
podcast you see on YouTube, and they just point and they go, "Can you check that, please?" That's what we need Hatoli for. So,
well, that's what we're aiming for eventually, aren't we? We're gonna sit in a room together with the special podcast mics in the fancy boom arms, and it's gonna be awesome. You watch.
Friends of people like us enough.
Oh, definitely. It's doing all right at the moment. We're in double digits for viewing or listening.
Shut up.
Now, yeah, we're doing all right.
What 10?
No. Like we were on like 21.
No.
Yeah. Let's have a little look. Hello, Dragon. By the way, I can see you there.
What's up? Oh, do you know what we haven't done?
No, we've had 31 plays and 252 Spotify impressions. We're doing all right.
Okay.
Averaging 10 plays per episode.
Sweet. I'll take that.
Don't worry, Hatoli, we won't put you in the spotlight, really. Now, so...
Yes, we will.
Do you think we could do Conspiracy Theory of the Week? Because I feel like I missed saying it, and then we don't get to hear our Conspiracy Theory of the Week song.
We can do it. I'm happy to do it.
Okay, ready.
You're leading the way on it though.
Okay, right. Let's go for it. Okay, right.
And hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yep.
Sensitivity.
Oh, of course. We'll do the disclaimer in a second. Right, ready? Okay, are you ready, Tiggs?
Ready.
It's time for Conspiracy Theory of the Week. Dramatic pause for editing purposes. Okay, so...
What the fucking frogs go?
You love that echo, you do.
I do, and I'm going to use it every time. Here come the Cornish people. I love this bit. Let's go. Maybe we should do this Conspiracy Theory of the Week like this.
I think we should.
I don't mind this.
If you think about it, when you do it in the West Country Cornish accent, it doesn't seem anywhere near as harsh, does it?
It's not as serious, is it? Because we can talk like this, and no one would think the wiser.
It's much more gentler. Anyway,
it is. I like it. Let's go.
So. Yes, I think a quick disclaimer is necessary because when this podcast was conceived and decided to be discussed, and the title of the podcast originally, we weren't privy to certain news that has landed today. Obviously, the conspiracy theories that we're going to discuss revolve around the British royal family. But obviously, very sadly today, we found out that the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, has very sadly been diagnosed with cancer. Hence why she's been so elusive in the media and not really around, not doing public events. And obviously... we desperately wish her a speedy recovery, and I hope she's doing all right. By the sounds of it, it's not. I don't think it's serious. I mean, not that cancer isn't serious, but in the grand.
No, do we? Because she's just found out. Well,
yeah, it's been going a couple of months.
By what we're knowing,
yeah.
From what we know, the abdominal surgery was for something else, and on the back of that, they found the cancer. So we don't actually know how serious it is, but like Panda said, wishing her all the best and hope she comes out through this strong and
no, of course, yeah.
So.
And I'm sure she will. I mean, if there's anybody in the country who has access to the finest medical care in the world, it's them. So fingers crossed they've got it early and she's going to make a speedy recovery. But I think I should just clarify as well, because of course, obviously, Tiggs, you are very much a royalist.
I am.
If I'm, and I just want to make something clear. I am not anti-royal. Okay.
Yes, you are. You lying.
No, you see, you've already made your presumptions. I am not anti-royal at
Sorry,
all.
I was in my head. I was very quiet, and the lips just kept talking.
No.
You bitch.
And you
I
were
do
all fired
apologise
up and
about
ready. You was all ready, weren't you? No. Look, basically, because obviously we're gonna discuss the conspiracy theories surrounding them, aren't we? But I think it's a good thing for us to clarify and clear up. I am not anti-royal. I quite like the royals. However, what I do dislike intensely is their misappropriation of public funds. Okay? I don't think a family that's worth over £600 million needs to be taking taxpayer money to pay for shit. I'm sorry. I just don't. That's my only real gripe with them.
And that's the same as the government, and that's the same as everyone else that are taking our money, because they're all taking our money.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not happy about any of them, are we?
No, but at least the royal family have a sort of historical reason to do so. No one else has.
Yeah, but doesn't that then swing back round to the whole privilege for nothing kind of thing? Like they get it because it happened back in the day? Like that doesn't seem to sit right with me.
You caught me out there because I've never thought about it like that. But yes and no. Yes and no. But let's continue.
Yeah.
This is gonna stir up some shit. Let's get into it. I love it.
No, but that's all I mean. Like I look, sure, I get it back in the day. I 100% get it. Whereas I just don't think now. I don't think they need it. You know, they make money from their various business ventures and their investments and I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you're buying Cheltenham winning racehorses for funsies, you don't need to take public taxpayers' money to fix up your various atria and wings on properties. Okay, I just don't. They don't need that. They have the money. And let's not also forget about the fact that they get. I mean, they've only, what was it, in the last 20 years or so, started paying tax. They also don't pay inheritance tax of any kind.
Okay.
You know, I just don't think that I'm not abolished the monarchy, all right, like some people are, and like how other nations have done. I don't think we should do that at all, because I do believe, like you, Tiggs, that they are an asset to the country. Okay, I do. Well,
that's the first time you've ever said that to me.
No, I do believe they're an asset.
You must have had a change of heart, because the conversations we've had before, you were very anti-monarchy.
Was I? Because I don't think I ever have been. Have we had some misunderstanding, maybe?
Possibly from my behalf, because I might have been under the influence of too many Pepsis, but at the same time...
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted an argument.
Yeah. Don't care whether he's making any sense or not. I'm just going to shout at him.
Yeah. Because that's what happens to the hired help.
No, I've pretty much had the same kind of... to be fair, actually, when I was younger, I was very royalist. You know, kind of, yes, God save the Queen.
Well, to be fair, Panda, that ruins this whole conversation, because I was ready for a full-on argument.
Full-on row.
Yeah. But now we're sort of in agreement. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that we're discussing the conspiracy theories, isn't it? Because, that's why I just wanted to clarify that from the get-go. Like, yes, I'm not anti-royal, and I don't think we should abolish them. All of these calls for, you know, dissolution? No. Dissolving of the... Anyway.
Dissolving.
Getting rid of the monarchy. No. I think that's stupid, because they do represent the country, you know, exactly. Yes. And they do also bring in an enormous amount of money for the economy in the form of tourism.
I think our monarchy, and someone can have a look and tell me if I'm wrong, but as it stands, as far as I know, are the longest reigning or recognised monarchy in the world.
I think so. Yeah, I mean,
I possibly could be wrong, but that's what I've always, you know, I know there was kings and queens of other countries and whatnot, but I don't think the reign has lasted as long as ours.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, obviously...
The historical knowledge of a royal family
I think,
is
yeah.
as prevalent as ours.
I think in terms of a sitting monarch, I think
Yeah.
they're the longest running, I believe. Anyway, you can fact check and shout at us in the comments. That's fine. But I mean, we can't be that far amiss, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, so that has always been my opinion. I do think they're an asset to the country. I just, you know, like when they're going cap in hand asking for, you know, new yachts and stuff, I think...
I get that.
No.
No. I disagree with that as well, completely.
Yeah. You know, that's my only viewpoint.
But going back to the conspiracy theories, obviously, before we found out that, you know, dear Kate was obviously diagnosed with such a shit disease, which we all know, I personally felt a little bit sad on these conspiracy theories because one of them, and we all saw this in the news about the Photoshop incident.
Yeah.
And how they were saying, like, oh, she couldn't have been there and it was a model or it was Photoshopped to look like her and all, like, you know, it's like, do you know what? The first thing that come to my mind was the majority of people that put up photos on any social media platform have been photoshopped to some degree.
Well, I think this
and it's just in my go on.
No, that's all right. I'm just I wasn't paying attention either to and I've just seen that Dan, who has been the arbiter of a couple of our conversations now, mainly the death penalty conversations. We have Dan to thank for that one. I see he's been talking away on Discord and I've been missing his messages. So sorry about that, Dan. Well, actually, I do know his actual name, but I won't just in case he doesn't want it. Yeah, I don't think it's super common knowledge within the Discord anyway. But yeah, I see. It is Dan the Man, and he's the inspiration for the Dan chatbot, the Dan stories, which I am an enormous fan of. So much so I saved all of them when Dan took a brief break from the Discord. Yeah, so we have gone. When Panda was younger, he wanted to be King Dan. Yeah. Oh God, you've even got Dan on the whole. I'm wealthy and wanted to be part of the monarchy. But, yeah.
Weren't you like the full Earl? I'm sure you said to me you was the full Earl of.
We don't
Cheltenham
fuck
at one
with
point.
Earls. They're lower level.
Yeah, but you weren't that high up. But
I was given a hereditary dukeship, which I don't think has been. The last one was given out at the time of Henry VIII. So
yes, and you were the last one to get it. Blah blah blah. We know.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, for editing purposes, that segue back into to agree with what you're saying. Exactly. And that was kind of what I was going to say to you about like my stance on conspiracy theories. Like, for example, we've had all this shit about Kate recently, haven't we? About, you know, she's dead, she's this, she's that. They're bringing in body doubles. This is AI. This is all photoshopped. And it's
just fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
This is the point about conspiracy theories, and it realistically is Occam's razor, isn't it? And I believe it's Occam's razor is the theory of the simplest explanation is probably the right one. And it is quite simple, isn't it? The poor woman was diagnosed with cancer, so they said probably best take some time out, rest, keep yourself out the spotlight. That's all it was. That's all it was.
The world has come so fucking, like, it's like an invisible shield in front of them where they can't see beyond their faces, because what is in front of their faces? Their phones, or their laptops, and they're looking at all of these people coming in with all of these ideas instead of just going, fuck all of that. Let's think logically. The girl's sick.
Well, exactly. You know, and this is the problem with conspiracy theories, isn't it? They do tend to all. They just come out of nothing, you know. I'm not saying that, but with some conspiracy theories, there is definitely there is no smoke without fire. Okay.
Yes.
And they're not all complete bullshit. So I'm not.
But you can tell the smoke without fire, and you can tell the smoke with fire. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, I guess the only thing you could really say about the conspiracy theories involving Kate is that there was something that they were hiding, but then that's also no surprise. You know,
but did you see what they were saying when they when she was in hospital that there were fucking nurses in there reading her personal files
Of course they were.
just to get a snoop.
Yeah, of course.
Just to
Of
get a
course they
snoop. I mean,
were.
how deprived have you got? You're a professional. How
Yeah.
deprived have you got to be just at the possibility? Because you know some of them were thinking, like, if I leak this, I could get paid out for it.
Yeah,
And
that ultimately
to take-
is the end goal,
To
isn't
take
it?
reward from someone else's misery, like pain.
But well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, isn't that
Like,
realistically that is society today? I mean, the Germans have a wonderful saying for it, Schadenfreude, which is where you take pleasure, it's basically you take pleasure from other people's pain. And I think that kind of realistically is maybe not quite Schadenfreude trying to release sensitive information, but yeah, I agree with you. It is. I understand and appreciate where those people are coming from in terms of it's a good payday and we don't know their situation. They might need the money, so I don't want to be too judgmental on their reasoning behind it. But I do agree in that
would you
it
do
is. No, personally, I wouldn't.
So how can you agree with someone that's going to go?
Hang on, whoa! I didn't agree. I just said that
You can see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I can appreciate and understand where somebody might be in a desperate situation financially where they feel that, you know, hey, look, Kate's in the spotlight. She should be expecting this kind of scrutiny and people looking at her this intensely. I'm not doing such a terrible thing. No, I'm talking about them reasoning it. I'm not saying this is how I view it. I'm saying I can understand how maybe somebody who is in a desperate situation might reason it to themselves. I'm not saying that they are necessarily bad people. I'm just saying I can understand how they might try and reason it in their heads themselves. Yeah, no, okay. I agree. And Dan said in the Discord, he says it sounds like it's just a gross invasion of privacy, and exactly it is. Because at the end of the day, yes, they are royals, and it's the same goes for celebrities. Yes, they kind of give up a little bit. Like when you step into these roles or you become mega famous or whatever, you do give up a certain amount of privacy for the privilege of being in the position you're in. However, yeah, exactly. That doesn't mean though that we as the public or whatever have the right to every minute detail of their lives.
No.
You know, they are allowed privacy, you know, and yes, no, 100% Tig, I don't agree with the people trying to leak the information. All I was trying to say is I tried not to judge them too hard on that, just because I don't know what kind of situation they're coming from.
You don't know where they're coming from. Yeah, I get that 100%. Yeah, 100%. I just, you know, for the people that were doing it at the time, and you know, for someone who's experienced the loss of someone with cancer, and you know, for that information, for the sake of profiting from it, it doesn't make sense for me in any situation. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I know what you're saying, and I appreciate what you're saying, because you don't know the background and whatever else, and whatever turmoil that individual might have been in at that time. I get that.
Yeah.
But it from what I've seen, it just seems, because it is a celebrity status. And to be fair, let's look at it this way. Kate has been pretty much untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't put her foot wrong, has she?
She's been so correct. She married into the royal family, and let's not forget, from a privileged background like yourself, Panda.
Our cousin Kate, she's doing all right, bless her.
Exactly. Yeah. She married into it, and she's not put a foot wrong. You know, in my opinion, she's done everything correct. She's followed the protocol as you would.
Yeah.
But she's still been part of the people. And I find it very, very disturbing that people would do that. But anywho,
I mean, I guess ultimately the real crux of it is that whilst there are news organizations willing to pay money for
Yeah,
these stories,
100%
there's
people
always
are
going to
gonna
be
do it.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get that. I don't get that.
Yeah, so Dan's just agreeing with you in the Discord, saying that there's he even because I should clarify, Dan is an Australian. He's a good old boy. That was terrible, wasn't it? I apologise, Dan.
Mate.
hey, if it makes you feel any better, I do in fact have Australian-born relatives. So it's he's good accent. Thank you. Yeah, they've never seen anything negative about Kate in Australia. So that's kind of a good thing, that obviously our perception of Kate appears to be carried over internationally as well. So yeah, and tell me, Tiggs, is this how you imagined this conversation going earlier on this evening?
To be honest, no, I didn't. I was planning all sorts of comebacks for you, to be honest.
He's going through a list now, going, "Oh, that would have been so good. Oh, I had him on that bit."
Honestly, I really was, because in my head, from previous conversations, again, and I probably misunderstood you, but I truly thought you was so anti-monarchy.
No, not at all.
I was almost ready to lose the friendship over it. I was like,
Christ, I didn't realise you were that ardent royal.
No,
I'm
not.
No, like I said, I don't think we should get rid of it or anything. But
where I stand on the monarchy is very much a heritage-based thing. It is an identity of the country.
Yeah.
And did you see what they've done to the England flag? Have you seen that?
You haven't been suckered into that one, have you?
What?
It's an homage to the 19... No, it's real, but it's an homage to the 1966 training kit. It's got nothing to do with the bisexual flag.
No, it wasn't. Where's the homage to the... Because no one else is seeing it from what I'm seeing or reading.
I thought, as far as I'd read, it's been confirmed by Nike that it was a throwback to the 1966 training kit. Right. We better double check this. 1966.
Because all I've seen is that Nike came out and with the FA to state that it was to unite and something else. I can't remember what the wording was.
Oh, here we are. Look, looks more like a gender fluid flag to me. Fans fume as Nike claims playful redrawing of St. George Cross and New England kit was inspired by 1966 training gear and is meant to unite and inspire despite being totally different colours. So, look, hey, yeah, so I guess that's kind of, do you believe them or don't you?
No. I
don't really understand why everyone's so butthurt, really.
Because it's a flag. They've changed the flag. Where else is it represented on the England shirt? It's not, apart from that.
Yeah, but nah, I don't know, man. I think there's bigger things to be concerned about in this day and age.
There is.
Personally,
100% agree with you, but at the same time, I don't think they should have changed it.
And is it not something that we should...
red and white.
Yeah, I mean, is it not something we should discuss, though, based upon the fact that everybody does seem to be so butthurt about it? Because I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying about it being the England flag and it shouldn't be. But there is also going to be an enormous amount of homophobia surrounding it.
Why is it?
Because, like you're saying, the flag shouldn't be changed, but you can guarantee a large proportion of the people who are complaining about it are saying, "Don't want none of that fucking gay shit on market." You know?
Well, okay, they might be saying that, which is in their right. That's their opinion. Fine, whatever. But a flag of any country should not be changed. Homage or not, it should not be changed.
But it's not the actual flag, is it? It's the bit on the back of the shirt, isn't it? It's not the
Which
actual...
is the only representation of the flag, is it not?
But for international games, do they not have the English flag on the top left of the shirt? So the England flag versus...
I don't think they do on this shirt. And correct me if I'm wrong.
I see, this is the thing. I don't actually 100% know. You've kind of sideswiped me a little bit because I wasn't expecting this chat. So I don't have all my facts. I will admit I don't have it all.
Nor do I, Panda, in all honesty. But I saw it this morning and it did gripe me a little bit. And I agreed with, because if it's in homage, because if that is the only logo
Yeah.
for the England flag, then don't change it. If there is other points where you want to add that on, then fine. They could have done the stripes down the shirt or anything like that. That's fine. And the only reason I'm saying this, Panda, is because I had to turn the. This was at the point where I come to the end of the doom scrolling.
Mm.
I had to put it down, and I had a chat with my other half, and I said, "Do you think that's like fair? Because if it was, it seems to be." And I'm going to say this very loosely, and please forgive me, everyone. It only seems to happen to the England flag,
Yeah.
or it has happened only to the England flag. No one else has had this happen. And if it did happen, what would be the outcome? Would it be the same as ours?
Sorry, what do you?
I mean, in terms of they reckon. Well, from what I read earlier, it wasn't a homage. It was to unite. And what did you say earlier? Unite
And inspire, I think.
and inspire. Yeah, unite and inspire. That's all
Yeah.
I saw earlier. It wasn't in homage to the '66 or sorry, the year of the England kit. Then
Yeah.
it was nothing to do with that. All I've seen it was to unite and inspire.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to be fair on that one, I don't. Mainly because for me, being English, being British, is so much more than just a flag. You know, it's in my representation of my nation and things like that. So for me, if that is what they did, I'm not bothered personally. Because I want us to be a nation that is inclusive of all sexualities, of all genders, but not going down that rabbit hole because that's a whole different subject. But just, you know, very loosely, just take that very loosely for now. So yeah, and now look, would I, you know, if they said all England flags from here on out must be changed to match? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. However, a one-off on one England kit to try and help promote inclusivity and acceptance of people, yeah, I'm not going to lie, it doesn't bother me. I understand why it might bother some people. However, for me, it doesn't bother me. You know, at the end of the day, if people are upset because they don't want the flag changed, that's fair enough if that's their reasoning. However, if somebody's like, get that gay shit off my shirt, go take a long walk off a short pier, you know, like, don't care, you know. So that's where I stand on it. You know, I appreciate why people are like, no, it's the English flag, I don't want it changed. That's fair enough. I'm just like, from my point of view, on a one-off on an England shirt, I'm really not that bothered, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm coming from. If they are backpedaling, which they might be, because they're like, ooh, was not expecting this kind of pushback on it, then, well, more fool them more than anything. They didn't think about that, did they? And they should have thought about it, really. But then I guess the real answer is, well, why are people so... yeah, this is a problem, isn't it? It's difficult, really, to say who is against it because it's the England flag and who's being homophobic. You know, like there's been too many of the what are they? What's he? Lawrence Fox.
Okay,
there's too many Lawrence Fox running around.
Let me put it to you this way, and this is while you've been talking, I've been thinking about this. Okay.
Yeah.
Why should the England flag that represent England, that has been around for thousands of years, change to include the LGBTQ community?
Is there a part of England?
I get that, but no other flag is going to do the same, are they?
Does that not make us a more progressive, forward-thinking nation?
No.
Because
Why would it?
Because we're saying you're... Sorry, carry on.
If we change our flag, then we would surely expect everyone else to change their flag to be more inclusive. But if they don't, then they're being exclusive.
But I think our
Exclusive?
people not...
No, not exclusive. That's not the right word. Sorry.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Excluding that community.
We're not talking about changing the England flag, though, are we? It's a one-off on an England football kit.
Okay, no, 100%. But that doesn't set a precedent.
I don't think so. I think so. I think people are very touchy because obviously, with all of the issues that we're having within the woke society, and I don't want to push that one because there's too much shit already thrown around on that one.
That is a deep
that's a whole nother one, and again, it's one of those ones there where a lot of the times you go, yeah, totally agree. Oh, what are you saying, you knob? Shut up! Yeah. You were fucking there a minute ago. Why did you carry on talking?
I've become confused in my own arguments in my own head when I watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, you were doing so well, but then why did you say that?
Yeah, exactly. And I can't help but feel that maybe this is the problem. We don't actually know what the conversation was in the Nike boardroom when they were deciding what are we going to do for the next England kit that will be out for the 23-24 season. We don't know what was said, so it's difficult to have a real... I think what we might be seeing is a kind of trigger finger happy response to it. Right, we need to get on top of this before it goes too far. And next thing, they're changing our flag and it's flying above Windsor Castle and blah blah. I don't think that's going to happen because even I would be like, whoa. No, we're not changing the England flag. I'm cool with it being on a one-off on an England kit. But
I think the main reason I brought it up is because it's a weird state of affairs when a society is so... And to be fair, a lot of the argument I was putting across was to provoke this kind of situation. It's almost like, what is the response for it? It's being so bad.
Yeah.
And what is the argument for and against? And I guess would it be so bad? Well... Some people yes, some people no.
Yeah,
I think society as a whole.
Yeah,
this is another rabbit hole we won't go down. But society has become so complex where offence can be so easily sort of obtained.
Yes, no,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. Understand exactly what you mean, and you are entirely correct. Yes, people are too very easily offended, and quite frankly, offence pisses me off. Because it is nothing. Offence is subjective. What offends you may not offend me. What offends me may not offend Hatoli.
It's a choice, isn't it? It's purely choice, isn't it?
It's entirely
if you allow
subjective.
it to, it will. If you don't allow it to, it won't. It is simply a choice.
Offence is nothing more than a whinge. Oh, I was offended. Oh, so what? What happened? What happened, man? Nothing happened to you. What you're basically saying...
He said I was too tall.
Yeah, exactly. And therefore I was offended. And do you know what? The next morning I woke up and I had leprosy.
What?
I'd like to say that that was an original comedy thought, but it wasn't. It was stolen from Dan might know this if Dan's still awake and in the chat. Steve Hughes, an Australian comedian who's been here, and he's phenomenal. And I've stolen that from him. But he basically, along with and Stephen Fry, without wishing to poke the bear, the same kind of opinion. Offence is entirely subjective and is pointless. And just shut up and get on with it. As long as it's not something that we all collectively find offensive, like slavery, homophobia, racism, that kind of thing. If it's, oh, well, I'm afraid that the comedian made a joke and I was offended. And get over it. Shut up.
A lot of, the titles that you've just said that we know are topical problems. Homophobia, racism, all of these things that are topical problems that we know about. The problem is now we've made so many subheadings under them Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone can be so.
I agree. They've branched off into their own
It's so
separate
easy
problems.
to be offended.
Yeah.
Or offend someone, in their opinion, offend someone, because the subtopic, the topical subjects have become so diverse and so complex that there's no going back. I think ultimately, Panda, I think humans are sort of overcomplicating life to a point where we'll all have to live in silence at one point.
Yeah. No, 100% agree. It's a difficult narrative to navigate these days, and by narrative I mean just life in general. It's very dangerous, and in terms of I'm thinking and not articulating. Dangerous in the sense of it's a minefield when you're having a conversation with someone and you're attempting not to set off a landmine.
But the thing, like, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, if you can have a conversation like we do, like, to be fair, we're being quite constrained. Constrained. What words am I using tonight, Panda?
We're both not. We're both not really on it, aren't we? But it is more of a chilled out birthday stream. So I know what you mean. We are being more conscious of what we're saying.
Conscious of what we're saying. Thank you. If we were off air, we would say words. We would say phrases, perhaps, that we know that we can both tolerate.
Yeah.
And accept, even if they are offensive. You'd be like, well, fuck you, man. And I'd be like, ah, fuck you, man. But we take it and accept it and then move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't do that today because of cancel culture.
No, and I think that's the point, isn't it? And the problem is that when we keep giving platforms to the likes of Lawrence Fox, the likes of Piers Morgan, the likes of Katie Hopkins, whilst we still keep giving them a platform to deliberately offend, where
are they right? I was thinking about this because you mentioned them two before.
Yeah.
One of them I do have a big problem with, the other one I don't, and I'll let you guess which. But
out of what
is it?
Piers Morgan and Katie Hopkins, or Piers Morgan and Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Katie Hopkins. And Piers Morgan. But in terms of purposely being offensive, or is it their own opinion?
No, I think it's deliberately done for airtime and newspaper articles, personally.
One I can agree with, the other I can't.
Difficult to say, really, without knowing which one you're thinking of. But, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of both. One I think genuinely does do it for publicity, and the other one I really don't.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because they've been. I think it's just a matter of opinion on one behalf, and the other one is pure publicity.
I mean, to be fair, I can see that. But one thing I think we do need to consider, Tiggs, is being shouted at, because this podcast has run very long.
Oh, where are we at? Oh shit!
We're at an hour and 21, and if we don't, I'm afraid that it's going to continue to spiral. But okay, I'll tell you what. Then that's another one for the list. Cancel culture.
That is a good one, yeah.
Because we can cover quite a few topics on that one. So we've got 3 things. I will add it to a poll in the Discord, and people can have their say on what they fancy us discussing next. But yeah, so that was a good one. I don't think you are right. This was much more of a chilled out one. We did cover the Royals, which I'm pleased we did. And I was about to say, actually, we didn't really cover it that in depth, but I guess in some ways we did. I guess it was more of a talk about.
We agreed more than I thought we would, which is not a bad thing. So
yeah, I think we actually didn't really cover any of the conspiracy theories, did we? But it was more of a. Yeah, it was more of a why we
leave Kate alone.
Yeah, why we think the Royals are okay, but they need to tighten up their ship slightly. But yeah. So anyway, It's very much a very big happy birthday to you, Tig. I hope you've had a good one.
Thank you very much.
And it's nice that we didn't have a fight. We've actually.
I like this one. This was a nice chill one.
Yeah, and hopefully we can carry. I think to be fair, we do probably agree more like that than we give ourselves credit for, in the sense of we're both kind of on the same level, but with differing opinions around the subject. If that makes sense.
Again, it comes back to you can have a civil conversation with someone. You don't always have to agree.
Exactly.
You can have a conversation and disagree.
100%. You can discuss things and disagree, but
and then still remain friends after it. And that's what I think the world needs to recognise. Have a chat, disagree, and then move on.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think if people saw us or listened to our conversations on certain heated debates, they'd think there's no way they could possibly still be friends. But because we're not easily offended children. Well, how many times have we gone, yeah, fair enough, let's just leave it there then, because we both realise there's no real agreement on the subject, and it's like, well, let's just move on then.
Because he pays me loads of money.
Yeah, I do. I pay him to be my friend. Yeah, he loathes me secretly.
I'm just the one out of the hired help that look more intellectual than the others. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Well,
till
I think
the
that's
end of
about
time,
it.
Panda. Till the end of time.
I know, my darling. I know. Anyway, but yes, so thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We will see you in next week's podcast. To be determined on the subject, but that's going to be a good one. But from me, it's goodbye. From you, Tiggs.
See you later.
See you later, everybody. Peace.